Hello everyone, I'm Brachiosaurus here, welcoming you back to another episode in my Let's Play series for Denmark in EU5. We've expanded a little bit into southern Sweden here, and we've begun annexing our vassals on the German side of Holstein, just south of us. I've also gone ahead and moved my king over to be leader of the fleet here. This is because I wanted him to not to contribute navally instead of by land. Although I think the AI has already done the damage by putting him in charge of a land army and getting him a general trait. That's pushing us towards land here on the land versus naval values. Value-wise, we are pushing into centralization in full force now. We're in the range that it can push. So we're pushing 0.41, and it can push up to about 41 value. So beyond 41, we'll have to go with events and decision modifiers and such like that. The rest of my values are doing okay. I'm getting more towards free subjects, which is great. And we are beyond what we can push navally, so we'll need to get that through events as well. I also went and had a look at some of the economic stuff while I was paused in between episodes here, and I saw that in the Copenhagen market, we are importing a lot of iron to build tools and whatnot with locally. So I'd like to try and mine some iron locally to replace these imports, so that the traders will use our trade capacity on something a little bit more interesting and maybe profitable. So I'll be looking to build up an iron industry. We can build iron in these wetlands. So I have two provinces there. If we pull up I think it's vegetation, topography, that one. We have a couple wetlands provinces here in the capital region, so I can build iron mines there. They are a laborer building there called the Bog Iron Smelter. I'll get one of them queued up to begin with. I also had a look at some of our production, and I saw that where are they? Our Jewelers Guild is not getting the bonuses that I was hoping it would get. It is benefiting from the amber that we build locally, but it's well, not locally, within the region, because we mine it over here and over here. But that's outside of the main province, so it doesn't get any production efficiency bonuses, so those seem to be tied to the resources in the main province. So looking at resources, we only really have wheat and medicaments. Medicaments are not too useful. Wheat is nice to eat, and we can also use it at the distillers guilds here to turn it into some liquor. You can see that we get a boost from the wheat available in Zealand, so that's just giving us more output from our distillers. And same for our breweries. They're getting a boost from wheat. So I'll be focused on building up the iron, and then maybe building up those wheat-using industries to try and get more out of our trade capacity. Looking to the south of us, the Hansa in red has vassalized most of the other small players in the region that we want to move into. So I'd like to maybe take on the Hansa sometime soon. They are no match for us, despite being like reasonably wealthy at 18 income. They don't have much in the way of forces or navy. Wily smugglers. Smuggling is an activity that even the most simple-minded can decide to pursue. The only difference between a clever smuggler and a bad one is that the later gets caught. The more worrisome ones are those with a genuine talent for knowing whom to bribe and what lies to tell so that they can evade capture. Unfortunately, as smuggling grows more profitable, the numbers of such men tend to swell. We have been on the trail of a particularly wily band of smugglers recently, and the web of deceit that they have managed to weave in order to maintain their operations continues to surprise us. What are our options? We can track them down for 64 ducats. We can recruit them as spies to gain recruited smugglers, more spy network constructions for quite a large sum at 192. Or we can ignore them, which is minus to our trade efficiency. I'm not sure I want to pay for them. I'm not in any debt. My estates are not overly wealthy is the main problem that I've seen in previous Denmark playthroughs. Is it's easy to like lose a war and have to take a couple loans and then suddenly you're bankrupt. So I am going to ignore them and just suffer a little bit. So we're building that, that bog iron smelter. I think we also need Joanna Reinark's daughter. She is my sister's daughter, my niece and courtier. That's good for her. I'm not sure why she's here in Denmark and not in Brabant, where her father lives. Is he here in Copenhagen? He is here in Copenhagen. Interesting. I thought that he was the Duke of Brabant. An exceptional year. It's been a fine harvest and an excellent environment for traders and entrepreneurs. This has proven a blessing for our tax base, generating higher income. Stability, a bunch of money, or some research. Let's take the money. You know how much I like money. We do need more lumber. And in addition to just the lumber, I'd like to try building the charcoal collectors, the charcoal kilns. So that's at 0.75. And that's at 0.75. Actually, if we go to the goods, we can look up coal, and we can see all the places where we can make a charcoal kiln. And we can sort them. Helsingor would be good. Ringsted. So all around our capital is what it's recommending the most. Although I think we get a bonus here. I want to try racing them in different spots. So let's do Helsingor. Let's do over here at Aarhus, because Aarhus has the input wood in the province. Narbonne praises our conviction. So this is the Western Schism event. I'm just going to go with Paris here because we get all positives, whereas going with the Pope, some negatives. Did the Pope ever give me a cardinal? I forget. I forget if we tried to do that. I don't believe we have a cardinal. We don't have enough influence to do anything with either. We're almost there. And 145 for a cardinal. So maybe soon. So in Copenhagen, we'll upgrade the brewery. We'll upgrade the distillery as well. Clash between Osby and Gladsaxe. Osby is in the right for Osby supports Paris and Gladsaxe supports Rome. Well, Gladsaxe is my amber farm. And what's Osby? Osby is a clay mine, so I care more about the people making the amber. Is this our son and heir? Our son is gregarious. Getting some more Diplo skill. Nice to know. So I think we'll be spending a lot of time in this economy tab this episode. We can upgrade our salt mines. Maybe the most. We have a deficit of laborers, so we're not getting good production out of them there. Actually, I should cancel that upgrade. Popular enthusiasm for the Navy diminishes. I don't need to build ships quickly. There's no urgency. Horses are expensive. I can get some more of them. Beeswax is expensive. get some more beeswax. So this kiln is done, and they're producing a little bit of iron. I'm also curious to see if that will boost up the weaponsmiths or the tool guilds who need iron. It doesn't look like it. So I'm guessing this production efficiency only matters for RGOs, or only comes from RGOs, not from those buildings. Lose opinions, or lose a little stab and legitimacy. We'll take the stab and legitimacy. I've got some stability. So yeah, these liquor buildings are definitely the most profitable. So we'll focus on them a little bit. We do have plenty of burgers that we can put to work in them too. Is it 250 a level? 200 a level up there. I should build the sergeantry as well, so that I can recruit, you know, a small standing army. I did want to prime more of my vassals for annexation. Mecklenburg is at 200. Warren is not, so we'll get their opinion up. Oh no. Oh no. These guys are at war with themselves, it seems. Aren't they my vassal? Can I join their war? Vasta Gotland, I'd like to help you in this civil war. Maybe not. They have no stability. Minus 67, that's horrible. Intervene in the civil war. Choose which side to join. The Jarldom of Vasta Gotland. Let's get stuck in there. I'm only going to raise levies. Do I have them here in kind of the local region? There, we've got 5. We've got thousands of levies to take on there. 60, please. The nobility are concerned. We can... Oh, I don't want to lose navy tradition. The nobility will have to complain. Get my other vassals involved in this as well. Traveling preacher. Who is he? He has very bad stats, so I don't want him joining my court. I don't want him converting people either. So we can just, you know, send him on his way. Ah, the war is over. So we'll disband them, send them home. Excuse me, I thought I said disband you boys. I guess when they get locked in movement, they don't like to disband. One other thing I did notice is that these vassals I set up and force converted to Danish are indeed converting some of the locals to Danish on their own, like I wanted. So the plan is working. We do have enough to request a cardinal seat for the bishopric of Lund. The Pope has graciously granted our request to receive a new cardinal in Lund. So we'll build him his cardinal seat, his cardinal palace. Where was that advance? Jan Reinertsoon. He's come of age. Oh, I can put someone in the Order of Chivalry. That's something that I forget about doing all the time as well. We'll have them join Hungary's Order of St. George. I can get some prestige and some military ability. Just all positives for that. I think there's a cooldown on how often I can do it. What's happening with the advances? I have 5 more queued up, which I'm kind of happy to see play out. And then maybe I should accept Professionalize. Just click there. For 10 stability. I'm not in a rush, so I'm gonna wait on it. Oh, we want winemakers guilds. Winery in Kobenhavn. We'll build one in Roskilde as well. The Traveling Preacher. How are his stats? A little bit better, but not worth it to create these heretics and lose the stability. Where is the Bog Iron Smelter? Costs 50, so next month I can build one. I should build some of these fiber crops farms too. They're reasonably profitable. I'll put them somewhere else. Commoners getting uppity. We can move towards serfdom, or we can move towards free subjects. Our nobility are a bit upset at us. I'm not sure that I want to lose 10 with them. That would make them rebellious. So I think I'm not desperate to be max free subjects, so I'll keep the nobility on side for now. We will get that bog smelter queued up. We have a parliament available in Copenhagen, always for the centralization. We can promote urbanization to create a town in the one place that I do not want to create a town. That is unfortunate. I don't want to create it there because it's farmlands, which gives a big food production bonus. Although I think maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I can just get by with these 10% food bonuses in the other two provs. There's still a lot of wheat in general there. I think, yeah, I think I'll just do that and change the plan and accept the free town. Nothing else is really that great. Market expansion, castle works, promote a clergy, move towards spiritualist. I could gain some crown power for the duration. Yeah, let's check the war situation. If we were to declare war on them, Bohemia would join in the HRE. So we would definitely lose. Poland is in minor disarray here, having a, well, quite the disarray, having a big revolt in their power area down south. So maybe we could snatch up some land from them. Who are they allied with? Bulgaria. A few miners in Silesia and Halych. Austria and Brabant would not join me. I cannot declare war on a revolter in a civil war. So I'm not sure who I would really be attacking, but I would want to take this land there. How's my antagonism? Nobody is really antagonistic towards me except Sweden and Norway. I think it's a good time to strike at Poland. So I think I might like to get Casus Belli from this cabinet as well. We'll still go civilization. And we'll see what our options are. 29 support. Demand for a new monastery. And to adopt humanist ideas. Both of those are pretty good. New monastery is, you know, free. It's a cheap building. Lars Hackenen's spending cabinets have raised some eyebrows. We can gain development, or we can remove him from cabinet and throw him in prison. I'll take the development. Thank you very much. Well, I'm not sure we can get a CB from this one. They want a religious administration. Silkeborg changes stance, so we lose progress. I don't want to reduce my banking, so we'll take the humanist ideas. Oh, and we can get naval support as well. I want that. What's the policy? They want by blood. I don't want that. I should have a look at my my laws again. See if there's any that need changing. Limited citizenship. Limited censorship, sorry. Bonus progress for Copenhagen being understood by the people of Kungsbacka in particular. That's great. Monogamous marriage, heirs, same religion. Do I have any groups really? Same religious group? Tolerance of heretics. Progress towards humanist. So I could get some humanist progress there. Humanist is pretty rare. No censorship. Also progress towards innovative, humanist, and individualist. Those are all things that I want. So that's a law that I should look out for maybe changing. In military, I've got the peasant levies, so that I get more levies from my peasants. And we move towards quantity. Got maritime. Our maritime laws to protect trade routes. That seems good. Speaking of maritime, we should get some more ships out there. Gonna build one galley and one cog. The cog can move 2,500 troops. Our fleet is the pride of the nation. It sure is. Young fools are signing up to be officers. I was one of those once upon a time. Not anymore. Piracy law or anti-piracy. Administrative laws. We've got the Central Council, which is mostly good. The aristocracy isn't great. I don't want the nobles. So aristocracy, what I've noticed, is it gives... Hard to get the tooltip here. Excuse me. But it gives more nobles in your cities, and it gives more noble power as well. The discipline is definitely good, but those are kind of bad. Plutocracy, by comparison, gives extra burghers and extra burghers power. So both of those will empower those different estates. So I think what's best is to have something in the middle of the aristocracy and plutocracy spectrum, so that you're not boosting either of them up, and instead the crown kind of like picks up some extra power by virtue of the other two just not having it. That would be the crown, and everybody else gets some power. Helvig Estrad daughter. She's our ruler's daughter. Well, can we marry her off for an alliance? Ooh, maybe with Václav Luxembourg. Maybe with the Crown Prince of France. Maybe with Sir Thomas Plantagenet. Plenty of good options here. The Poles. Bavarians, the Thuringians. Thuringia is doing quite nicely. They're still existing, they're growing, they're thriving. Like to see that. Like to see a healthy HRE and one that's not completely full of Bohemian vassals, although there are a lot of these Bohemian vassals. I would be worried about marrying into the Bohemian family. Who is this guy? Who is he? His father is maybe the previous Holy Roman Emperor 9 years ago. Is he in line for anything? His brother, Carol, is quite good HRE. Look at him. Midas touched, hardy warrior. And he has a number of children already. And a marriage to a French woman, Francienne de Valois. Do they have an alliance with France? I hope not. They are allied with Austria and Aragon. Would they ally me if I had a royal marriage? I don't think so. What if we cranked our relations up? Divine Revelations. Haven't seen this one yet. In reflection of our society's spiritual ways, King Invar has momentarily attained a higher level of consciousness and gained a divine vision showing him that he must improve before the country improves. He is no longer who he once was. This spiritual existence has driven him to become better, as he must fulfill his vision to see the kingdom of Denmark rise above. Heavens bless us. We move towards spiritualist values, or ignore the foolishness and move towards humanist values. I think I want to go humanist ultimately. So let's do that. Let's marry my daughter off to the Bohemians. I guess I can't anymore. Maybe let's marry her off to the English. I'm worried about the French or the Bohemians being a direct threat to me. I think the English... Oh, the Bohemians are back? They're back. They wouldn't accept for a little while? Oh, I guess because I had the 1 month delay from sending a diplomat to improve relations. They just weren't an option to interact with. So we'll marry him. Our proposal to marry was accepted. We've maxed out relations with Livonia. We had one there to reduce antagonism. Okay, a prospering monastery. The monastery in Varberg, that's the new one that I sponsored in the last parliament, has enjoyed an era of prosperity during which they have also attracted recognized Catholic scholars. This success affects the rest of Varberg and is helping to bring new wealth to the area. A visit from the king could be advisable and would be a great honor for the monastery. Gain legitimacy, we're almost maxed, or let them increase their prosperity. Definitely let them increase their prosperity. Here I can tweak down my spending here. It's way higher than it needs to be. I can maybe boost up. Unlocks Inquisition law. We can run some Inquisitions. I don't have anybody I need to convert, so I'll go with the papal control for the estate satisfaction. And that costs 60. And I've been forgetting to build things. The Danish nobles are creating a civil war in our country? Not again. Not again, not the Danish nobles. Well, let's smash them. I'm gonna recruit individually here. That way I can kind of do this and send people into each province. by 1. Did I recruit? Oh no, that's just my regular. The regular ships that I recruited. Getting some experience for the army. This is quite the sad little rebellion. Oh, look, the Tiora had nobles as well. Oh, they do have a fort in Viborg. These guys, I'm just gonna disband them all. Disband all my levies, merge them with a G, and control, sorry, right click to disband those levies. These guys we will merge. I actually want to give them the orders. Select, whoa, 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 why are you? You're not the king. Excuse me. The King of Denmark needs to be a sturdy sailor. Needs to be out patrolling the seas in the Western Baltic region. And I am losing sailors now, so I cannot really build anymore. Can I enter? Oh, we're getting a ton of civil wars out here. Where is that intervene action? Threaten more. Access, subject actions, influence. Subject. Why can I not? Okay, why can I not intervene? Is it because these guys are... Am I already at war with them? Vasta Gotland is a vassal. No, they are a fiefdom. I'm in charge. Tioharad. Okay, I can intervene. Well, I don't know. We'll intervene on the side of the crown. Same thing in Vasta Gotland. We will re-raise up some levies over here. The Danish nobles are done. Those guys are done. Can I intervene in this war? Not yet. Crown Prince Valdemar has reached the age of 16. He's the heir to Denmark, Estonia, Holstein, Vasta Gotland, and Bahus. He has very average stats, as befits an educated person. It seems like the random courtiers you get can be much better. Who can we marry him off to? We could bring in an English bride. Someone from Brittany. Someone from Provence, the Anjous. Naples is a bit far to be useful. Poland is lining up to be more of an enemy than an ally. Who are Poland's enemies? Their rivals are Bohemia. Oh, no, their rivals are the Teutons. The Silesian Minor, and Volhynia. And they don't like Volhynia, Hungary, or Bohemia. So Bohemia would be useful. against the Poles, if nothing else. Who do the Poles have for allies? Bulgaria and Halych. Nobody to really worry about. But Bohemia is off the menu. Actually, they have some daughters, but they're 10. 10 and 9. Do they have anyone else? No, they have a 24-year-old who's already married. Okay. I'm worrying way too much about this for something that probably isn't going to matter. So the English woman is 32. Maybe let's marry this nice French-Italian woman from Naples. Where did I send my daughter off to? To Bohemia. And they still won't take an alliance. What if we curry favors? Minus 16.5. Plus 1 point each from trust. So maybe if I got more trust, I could push them into an alliance. I need to invest in the economy. Carpenters Guilds in Copenhagen. The Council of Avignon. Diplomats of the Papal States have arrived in our court, summoning our representatives from our clergy to attend a council in Avignon. Although the legitimacy of the council is already called into questions by their opponents, we will recognize... will we? I don't care about religious influence, really, so I'll take the prestige instead. Let's build some RGOs. RGOs seem to be valuable. Salt can be mined more. Horses. We can do with more horses. We can do with more beeswax. Some more wheat. I want... Where is that iron? I want more smelters. No, I can't afford to build them. Our income is surely going up. Yeah, unmanly tactics. I don't want to lose the prestige, so we'll give a little ground there. Monthly prestige increased. How many more advances do we have? 2. We should maybe accept the damn thing. There you go. We've got it spread almost everywhere. So we will like embrace the professional armies. Armies have existed since war was invented. However, now they're getting more professional. Let's have a look at what we can get from that. I think we want... I get a Danish reliance on mercenaries. I have never used mercenaries in this game. Not in this campaign, not in any other campaigns. I can unlock plated knights, where more of my aristocrats will be raised as knights. That's basically free power, so we'll take that. I think the other thing we really want are armories. And after that, what can we get? A recruitment law with many different options. Ooh, peasant levy size. can get all kinds of units. So I think we'll get the armories. We'll get commissioned officers for some bonuses in battle. And then we'll start unlocking unit types. What do the coastal forts give? Maritime presence. I love maritime presence. Maybe we'll get those. And men-at-arms. We'll get that for now. We'll get cannons as well. What is a slave center? Monthly enslavement. I don't want anything to do with that. Swedish nobles, Vastagotland nobles. I can't. Can I join you guys yet? Send an insult. Oh, it's a subject action way down. Intervene on the side of Vastagotland. Send them up there, send them up there, send them up there, send them over there. Take everything that's not nailed down. There. Defeated them properly quick once I remembered that they existed. I do have a new city here as well. So I need a library for 45 ducats. We're getting short on paper and books. This is our books, yeah. This is paper, paper, paper maker. We were short on paper, so we'll build more paper. Copenhagen is getting properly large. It's up over 41,000. It was 34,000 at the start of the episode. So in only a couple years, it's shooting up. I did notice that Oslo is quite wealthy in the region at 11. There's some other cities. Lubeck we would expect to be rich, and they are, my dear. 20 ducats for Lubeck. 12 ducats for the burghers of Lubeck. The Hansa is just printing money. Speaking of the Hansa, I want to switch my rivals around because I have Sicily as a placeholder. I think I want to remove them. The Reformation of the Navy. Let's gain focus. How do I remove them as a rival? If I look at myself, if I click on this button, let's just slow this down a little bit while I figure this out. And if I click this banner, I can remove Sicily? No. If I right click him. Oh, okay. So who are my options? Can I rival the Hansa? No, I can't rival the Hansa. Darn. Can I rival Lithuania? I could rival Lithuania. I don't like Lithuania. Well, I want Lithuania's stuff. Serbia I could rival. Suppose I could rival Poland as well. We're perfectly balanced with Poland. Much weaker than Bohemia. Perfectly balanced with our allies in Austria. Oh, we've got another. Okay, just pause everything for a second here. Let's get the Parliament rolling again. No great options. Maybe I'll take the cathedral in Copenhagen. Nothing else particularly matters. Naval infrastructure would be the other good one. Actually, I think the development and the naval progress are better than a cathedral. So we'll take that. Can we get wars with anyone? Bohemia would protect them. They're slightly weaker than the Polish. Is that... do they have 18,000 of levies? I don't think they do. I have 21,000 total. And they have 18,000 in allied armies and 3,000 of their own levies. Very interesting. Well, we'll consider that as an option. So what do the estates want? New monastery. Lesson levy obligations. That's for 5 years. Plutocracy. Yeah, we want plutocracy. Still only at 47. I might have to lessen the levies. Grant privilege burger land rights. RGO size minus 20. No thank you. Terrible privilege. Or plus 2 to aristocracy. Well, I'm trying to go neutral there. So we'll just tell the church to keep their soldiers at home. And we'll hope for no negative events. Now back to this rival situation. It was this button. We will remove Sicily, 20 stability, and we will add back Lithuania in their place. Okay, speed back up a little bit. Oh, who's at war in Bremen? Occupied by the Hansa. Those bastards. I'm sick and tired of seeing the Hansa. I can't even create a casus belli against them. Can I ban their buildings in my, can I threaten a war? Isolate, threaten a war. We have no casus bellis to use. Yeah, stay out of Denmark. I don't want to embargo them. That could go quite wrong for me. I do need trade in the region. Let's have another look at the markets. We are reducing our reliance on foreign iron, which is good. Sounds like foreign oil in the modern days. Yeah, let's build another one. We need to be iron independent. We got Renaissance planning. Okay, okay. Wait, who am I at war with? A rebellion against Estonia? Excuse me, what? The independence of Rotalia. Excuse me, what? I don't think so. Well, I think this is about time to wrap this episode up, and with this rebellion in Estonia to put down, I think that's a good focus for the next one. Let's just finish off the parliament. We'll take the development and the naval progress. 62 towards naval. And we'll deal with Estonia coming up next. Thanks very much for tuning in. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I love to see what you guys think of the campaign so far. And see you in the next episode. Cheers.